Why medicine? Why LECOM? Why medicine? I want to pursue a career in medicine because of the real impact I can have on other people's lives. I mean, there's definitely other careers too, but in all of the research I've done and all of the thinking I've done in life, and growing up in a household where my mom's a doctor too, I feel through the experience I've seen growing up that I believe that a doctor, a career in medicine would provide the most tangible impact on the lives of others. I mean, um, just by I guess parting my knowledge on them, I can help them live a better life just by having met me. And why LECOM? Based on my research of the Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, something I really like about their program is that they have these different learning pathways, 5 different ones, before mostly for the med school, which are the problem-based learning pathway, learning discussion pathway, directed study pathway, and then there's an accelerated 3-year pathway. I feel like having that flexibility to choose how to learn and choose how I approach my medical school, I guess you can call it career, 4 years there, or it's only for the first 2 years, but how I approach that is very liberating, and it can help me learn the material the best way I can. And by doing that, having that freedom to learn the material that's best for me, I believe it will help prepare me for an amazing career as a position where I can make a real impact on the lives of others. Some people want to live a simple life, and some want to leave a mark on the world. What category do I fall in? So, I don't fall in the category of I want to leave a mark on the world. My biggest fear in life is living a life where I don't realize my full potential as a human being, whether that's as an athlete, scholar, doctor, whatever it is. So the last thing I want to do is die with regrets, not knowing what I could have become, knowing that I could have been better, but I wasn't. So I want to leave a mark on the world, because I believe there's nothing more fulfilling than that, to leave this world better than the way I found it. And at the end of the day, again, it goes back to that fear of leaving this world knowing that I could have done more for my fellow people, for myself, and for all of the things I've taken part of. That fear drives me to do everything to the best of my ability, and to constantly work to get better. And I fail constantly, but again, it's that fear that drives me, because the last thing I want to do is leave this world knowing I could have been more. You are falling behind in Philosophy 101 and have a 10-page essay, and your friend suggests using ChatGPT, which helped him write his in minutes. What do I do? Well, if I was in Philosophy 101 and I didn't get my 10-page essay done in a timely manner, and I only had 1 day to do it, I would literally just try to grind it out to the best of my ability. I'm a procrastinator myself, and I've been in that situation sadly before. Like for example, in AB biology, I had like a VCEE, which is basically you write a whole, you have to go through a whole chapter and write your notes down, and you're supposed to do it with the week that's given to you. But I had like 20 pages to read through and write notes on. I only had the night before, and I literally stayed up until 3 a.m. trying to do it. I've gotten a lot better at managing my time now, but if I was in a similar situation in Philosophy 101 and I only had a day to do it, I would not use ChatGPT if my roommate recommended it to me. Like, no, I would not do that. I would instead, the time that's been given to me, time that's left to turn in my Philosophy 101 paper, I'd use it and try to get it done to the best of my ability and turn it in. And then own up to my actions, because at the end of the day, it's my fault that I have a day left, and I likely had a lot longer of a time to get it done, and I just chose not to do it. So then at the end of the day, at that situation, it's on me that I didn't do it. And now I gotta get the job done with the time that's left. And ChatGPT, heck no, like, I'm not gonna use that, because it's not my work, it's somebody else's. And at the end of the day, I think I can do a better job than ChatGPT does in writing an essay. LECOM has various presences on social media. What accounts do I follow? From what you have seen, what posts do you enjoy the most? What post would you like to see more of? So I don't follow LECOM on social media, and honestly, I'm trying to get off social media completely because of the negative impacts it has on my life that I've noticed. I'm not a big social media guy. I mean, Snapchat I have to communicate with the team, but other than that, Instagram, all of them, I'm trying to delete, get rid of because I think it just has negative impacts on my mental health because it constantly keeps me in a state of comparison to other people and comparison. And the best quote I've had around that is comparison is a thief of joy, and I just don't want to be around that. And furthermore, I feel like social media like that is just it's just too much outside noise that I don't need to even worry about because at the end of the day, it's me versus me, and I don't need to know what other people are doing or what's going on social media. Like if LeCom posts something on social media that's big, I feel like I can figure it out by just in person doing some research. Like I don't need social media. So again, I don't follow LeCom on social media because I want to get away from social media, and that's pretty much it. I'm not a big social media guy. Anything else you would like to say we have not asked? If there's one thing I would like to say is that I have a constant drive for excellence that will never end. I mean, like I constantly want more. Like if like whatever it is, it's always like yes and like I'm never done. Whether it's like recently I became a captain of my hockey team. It's like I'm not done yet. Now I want a first line spot. I want to be on the power play. I want to be trusted by coach more. Or in school, if I get a good grade, it's like I don't care. Like, I want more. I want to be better in the class. I want to ask more questions. And now as a doctor or a future doctor trying to become one, I mean, I get into med school, it's like fine now, like how can I make the best in my years, or I get a good grade on a test in med school, it's like fine, like how can I get better constantly. So there's one thing I like to let you know is that like I'm never finished, and that no matter what, I will constantly strive to better myself, and I will fail often and I'll succeed often, but whether I fail or succeed, the process never changes for me, and every single day I'll come back with the same mentality and drive for excellence. And I might not perform at that same level of excellence every day, but I will strive to be excellent and more excellent every single day of my life because, again, going back to that fear of dying without realizing my full potential. How does family fit into my life? Family means a lot to me from day one. I mean, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if it wasn't for my mom and dad and my brother. Like my freshman year in high school, it was horrific. I went away to boarding school at the age of 14, and it was a military school too, and I was not prepared for the stressors of military hockey in school and clubs like a newspaper I tried to join and other stuff like that. And I was not prepared for it. And freshman, sophomore year were very strugglous for me in that I conformed a lot to other people's standards, and I wasn't myself. And grades wise, I wasn't good. Hockey wise, wasn't good. And without my parents' support, pushing me through the adversity and helping me become a better human being, I would not be here. So like I love my family for that. And even to this day, every single setback, every single success I share with them, and I call my parents constantly because I rely on them and I love them so much. That's what family means. Family to me is a pillar for me, a pillar of support, a pillar of love, and I'll never stop being grateful for them. Recently though, I'm trying to become more and more independent in that like I still strive for their help and I still want their help, but now I want to rely on myself more, my own discipline, my own mind, and I want to become the best version of myself and kind of build myself into my own human being. And I'll still use them for inspiration, still use it for help, but family again to me is just a pillar of support, and without them I would be the person I am today. What do I do when my friend's wedding falls on my final exam day? Well, I feel like it depends in that if my final exam is in the morning and my friend's wedding it takes place in like late at night or in the afternoon, well, I can make both obligations, right? So I can take my exam in the morning and head over to his wedding the next in the later in the day. Or if it's like the opposite, the service and stuff is in the morning and exam is maybe late in the evening, well, I can make it then too. Like I'll find a way. My friend, like, if there's a way I can make both work, like I'm going to do that. But if they conflict with each other and like they're at the same time, I have to tell my friend honestly, like I have these priorities. I have this big exam coming up, and I want to become a doctor, and part of that process of becoming a doctor is achieving good grades and doing well in med school, and plain and simple, I have to do this. And I'll tell him that, and I'll take that exam. And if he's a true friend, he'll understand that I have these bigger obligations, and you understand that I have these priorities, and boom. And I'm pretty sure that, like, a wedding takes quite a long time, and though an exam takes a long time too, but the celebration of voting is like a whole day. So like I'll take that exam, even if it conflicts with like his ceremonies, take that exam, and then just drive over and get to his wedding, even if it's after the fact. I can still congratulate him, say hello, hi, whatever. And again, if I can find a way to make it, I'll find a way to make it. Okay.